One nation, one election. The phrase has sparked intense debate across India. Imagine a single election cycle for the Lok Sabha and all state assemblies. This idea, while seemingly simple, has profound implications for our democracy. Proponents argue for streamlined governance and reduced costs. Opponents raise concerns about federalism and voter choice. This debate is not merely academic. It touches upon the very core of our political system. Understanding the nuances of this complex issue requires careful consideration of historical context, current realities, and potential ramifications. Let's delve into this crucial conversation, weighing the arguments and counter-arguments with objectivity and rigor.
India's journey with elections began in 1951. The first general elections, a mammoth exercise, set the stage for a vibrant democracy. Initially, Lok Sabha and state assembly elections were synchronized. This practice continued until 1967. However, this synchronicity was disrupted due to a series of political events. The dissolution of some state assemblies, coupled with the changing political landscape, led to separate election cycles. Over the decades, this divergence became the norm. This historical context is crucial to understand the evolution of the one nation, one election debate. It highlights the dynamic nature of our democracy and the factors that have shaped its trajectory.
Today, India witnesses a near-constant election cycle, with political fervor never truly subsiding. Every year, elections are held in some part of the country, keeping the political machinery in perpetual motion. This relentless schedule has led to growing concerns about governance, as the focus often shifts from long-term policymaking to short-term electoral gains. Additionally, the financial expenditure on frequent elections is substantial, and voter fatigue is becoming a significant issue. The ruling BJP has been a strong advocate for simultaneous elections, arguing that it would ensure policy continuity and reduce the burden on the exchequer. They believe that synchronized elections would allow for more consistent and effective governance, as leaders could focus on development rather than constant campaigning. Opposition parties, however, remain divided on this issue. While some factions see merit in the proposal, others are skeptical. Some support the idea in principle, believing it could streamline the electoral process, while others view it as an attempt to centralize power and undermine the federal structure of the country. This difference in opinion reflects the complexities of Indian politics, where diverse perspectives and regional interests often clash. The debate over one nation, one election has become intertwined with broader questions of federalism and the balance of power. Proponents argue it would strengthen national unity, while critics fear it could erode the autonomy of state governments. This ongoing debate highlights the intricate balance that defines India's democratic framework, where the quest for efficiency must be weighed against the principles of federalism and regional representation.
The financial implications of frequent elections are significant. These costs are not just monetary, but also involve the allocation of extensive resources and manpower. According to the Election Commission of India, the 2019 Lok Sabha elections cost approximately 60,000 crores. This staggering amount highlights the immense financial burden on the nation. State assembly elections add further to this expenditure. Each state election requires its own set of resources, from security to administrative costs, further straining the budget. Proponents of simultaneous elections argue that it would significantly reduce these costs. By consolidating elections, the nation could save on repeated expenses and streamline the electoral process. However, critics contend that the cost of electoral reforms and logistical challenges might outweigh the savings. Implementing such a system would require a complete overhaul of the current electoral framework. Furthermore, data on voter turnout presents a mixed picture. While the financial benefits are clear, the impact on voter engagement remains uncertain. While some studies suggest that simultaneous elections might increase voter participation by making the process more convenient and reducing voter fatigue, others indicate that it might not significantly impact turnout. There are concerns that combining elections could overwhelm voters with too many choices at once. A nuanced understanding of the data is crucial to assess the potential impact of this policy shift. Only through careful analysis Can we determine whether the benefits of simultaneous elections truly outweigh the challenges?
Section 5. The case for synchronization, efficiency and governance. Synchronizing elections across the nation is a concept that has been gaining traction in recent years. Advocates for one nation, one election highlight its potential benefits. They believe that holding simultaneous elections for the Lok Sabha and state assemblies could streamline the electoral process. They argue that synchronized elections would lead to greater administrative efficiency and reduce the disruption caused by the model code of conduct. This disruption often halts ongoing projects and policies, causing delays and inefficiencies. This in turn would allow governments to focus on governance and long-term policy implementation. With fewer elections, there would be less political pressure to implement short-term populist measures. Furthermore, they contend that it would curb the use of populist measures for electoral gains, leading to more responsible governance. Politicians would be encouraged to focus on sustainable development and long-term benefits for the populace. The reduced frequency of elections, they argue, would also free up valuable resources that could be directed towards development initiatives. Election management requires significant manpower and financial resources, which could be better utilized elsewhere. This, they believe, would lead to a more focused and effective utilization of public funds. By reducing the number of elections, the government can allocate more funds to critical areas such as healthcare, education, and infrastructure development, ultimately benefiting the nation as a whole.
Section 6. Roadblocks and concerns, feasibility and federalism. Despite the purported benefits, the idea of simultaneous elections faces significant challenges. Critics argue that it would require extensive constitutional amendments and might not be logistically feasible in a vast and diverse country like India. They also raise concerns about its impact on federalism. Holding simultaneous elections, they argue, might give an unfair advantage to national parties and undermine the significance of regional issues. This, they fear, could erode the federal structure of our polity. Moreover, they point out that frequent elections ensure greater accountability of elected representatives.
Section 7. Voices from the spectrum, diverse perspectives. The debate over one nation, one election has elicited diverse responses from various sections of society. Legal experts have highlighted the constitutional complexities and the need for careful deliberation. Civil society organizations have raised concerns about potential threats to democratic principles and the need for wider public consultation. Political analysts have offered contrasting views on the feasibility and desirability of this reform. The media has played a crucial role in facilitating public discourse and presenting different perspectives on this complex issue.
Section 8. International experiences, lessons, and cautions. Several countries around the world follow the practice of holding simultaneous elections. Examining their experiences can provide valuable insights into the potential benefits and challenges of such a system. Countries like Sweden and South Africa offer successful examples of synchronized elections. However, it is crucial to note that these countries have different political structures and historical contexts. Blindly replicating any model without considering India's unique circumstances could have serious unintended consequences.
Section 9. Navigating the path ahead, reforms and dialogue. Whether or not India adopts one nation, one election, there is a clear need for electoral reforms to strengthen our democracy. These reforms should focus on addressing issues such as electoral funding, the role of money and muscle power, and ensuring a level playing field for all parties. Any decision on simultaneous elections should be taken after careful consideration and broad consensus. A healthy democracy thrives on dialogue and debate. It is crucial to have informed discussions involving all stakeholders to arrive at a solution that serves the best interests of the nation.
Section 10. Concluding thoughts. Towards a robust democracy. The debate over one nation, one election is not just about the timing of elections. It is about the kind of democracy we want to build. It is about balancing efficiency with accountability, national interests with regional aspirations. As we navigate this complex issue, it is crucial to prioritize the values enshrined in our Constitution: democracy, federalism, and social justice. The path forward lies in informed debate, consensus building, and a commitment to strengthening our democracy. Only then can we ensure a vibrant and inclusive polity for all citizens.